everybody, and welcome to the channel. We're going to play some 1961 Braves baseball, and the Braves are traveling to Cincinnati after being out in LA. They'll be taking on the Reds. Let's look at the Braves starting lineup here for the game. Leading off, playing shortstop, Roy McMillan. Batting second, playing second, Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing center field, Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing left field, Frank Thomas. Batting sixth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting seventh, playing right field, John Dirtmer. And behind the plate doing the catching is Charlie Lowe. And on the mound doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves is Lou Burdette. And let's look at the hometown Cincinnati Reds starting lineup. And you got leading off, playing second base, Don Blasingame. Batting second, playing center field is Vida Penson. Batting third, playing right field is Gus Bell. Batting fourth, playing left field is Frank Robinson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Coleman. Batting sixth, playing third base is Freeze. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Casco. And behind the mound doing the catching is Bob Smith. Batting eighth and batting ninth doing the pitching is Jim O'Toole. Let's get down here to Cincinnati and get this game started, folks. And here's the first pitch to Roy McMillan. And right away, starts off with a base on balls. Gets the lead batter on board for Frank Boland here. So Toole can't find the strike zone. Got a runner on first for Frank Boland. He's hitting .294 on the year. And he hits that ball down the third. Only play for Freeze is first. So McMillan will end up down at second. And that'll bring up Matthews and Aaron with a shot to drive him in for second. Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that is going to be a fly ball to center field. And Roy will have to hold as Benson gets the ball in. 2 down here for Hank Aaron. See what old Hank Aaron can do. Can he drive Roy in on a 2-out base hit? And they walk Hammer and Hank. Can't really blame them, I guess. See if Frank Thomas can make them pay the first and second. 2 outs. Both the runners are on by a walk. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that ball is hit down the third base. Freeze is up with it. He fires across the diamond. Final out here in the top of the first. As we go to the bottom of the first. The Braves couldn't score, and now here comes the Reds with their first at bat. And we'll have Blasingame, Penson, and Bell due up for Cincinnati here against Lou Burdette. And that is a pop up to third. Matthews has got that all day and all night. 1 down here in the first. Here comes Mr. Vida Penson. And that ball's lined right back at Lou. Lou makes the play for the second out here. Here comes Mr. Gus Bell. And that ball is popped up behind the plate. Foul territory. And Charlie throws the mask off and makes the play. 3 up and 3 down for the Reds. We go to the top of the second with your score knotted up, 0-0. And that's a strikeout to get Joe out swinging. Start the second inning. Here comes Dirtman. And that ball is hit the right field. Bell drifts back just a bit, makes the play out there. 2 down for Charlie Lowe. Whoa, we lose the dice. And that is ball 1 to Charlie. 1-0 count. And he's going to foul that ball out to the catcher. 3 up and 3 down for the Braves as we go to the bottom of the second. Alrighty, here we go. Frank Robinson, the lead off, followed by Coleman and Freeze. Here in the second. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that is going to be hit back down the first base line. Joe's up with it. Underhand throw to Lou covering. 1 out here in the second. And here comes Mr. Coleman Gordon. And that ball is popped up to third. And Matthews makes that play. 2 down. See if they can get another 1-2-3 inning. Here's Mr. Eugene Freeze. 23. That ball is going to be hit down the second. Frank Boland's up with that. He flips it over to Joe at first. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the third. We got Lou Burdette due up, and then the top of the order, McMillan and Boland. And here's the pitch to Lou. And they strike Lou out. 1 down here in the third. Here comes Roy. He's 0 for 0. He walked in the first. Start this game off. He gets a hold of this one in the deep center field. Penson going back, but he makes the catch. 2 down here. Here's Frank Boland. He walked his first. No, he grounded out his first time up. And he's going to pop this up behind the plate. And Smith's chasing after it. Throws his mask off and makes the play. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the bottom of the third. Casco, Smith, and O'Toole due up for the Reds. Bottom part of the lineup. And that ball is hit down to Matthews at third. He fires across the diamond to Adcock. 1 down. Here comes Mr. Robert Smith. See what Smitty can do here. And that is hit down to Roy at short. He bobbles the ball, throws over. It's too late to get Smith. Even with catcher speed, he beats it out after bobbling it. So he's on an error. And we're going to try to sacrifice him down the second here with O'Toole. Here's the pitch to O'Toole. And a 25. That ball's popped up. Let's see here. Sacrifice. I think you need to do a put out. Put out. There, and a double play. R1. I believe that's how it goes. That's wrong. Alrighty here. see here. Let's check this out here. Bunny, page 11. Sacrifice double play. Okay. Here we go. I was right the first time. I should have put it in that way. Ball's popped up. Fires over the first for the double play. And that'll end the inning. As Matthews comes up the bat here, followed by Aaron and then Frank Thomas. And here's the pitch to Eddie. And Eddie is 0 for 1. He flew out the center and he hits that ball down the Casco at short. He fires over to first. Coleman's got that to retire Eddie for the first out. Here comes Hank Aaron. And he hits that ball right back to O'Toole on a line drive. O'Toole puts the glove up, makes the catch. 2 outs here. Here's Frank Thomas. And they walk Frank. Frank makes his way down the first. 2 outs. Here comes Joe Adcock. See if he can get a hit here. Keep this inning going. And that ball is hit down the third. Freezes up with it. And he'll fire over to first for the only play. And that'll end the inning. So they can't cash in on the walk. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still nothing. Top of the order due up after that double play bunt. We got Blasingame, Penson, and Bell due up. Here's the pitch to Blasingame. And he flies out to left field. 1 down here in the fourth. Here comes Penson. What can Vada do? 24, they strike him out. 2 down here in the fourth. That brings up Gus Bell. And he hits that ball down to Roy at short. McMillan fires it over to Adcock, and that'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down for the Reds. We go to the top of the fifth. Tied up, nothing. We got the bottom part of the Braves lineup. Dirtman, Lowe, and Burdette due up for the Braves. And John gets a hold of this one, squares it up, drives that into the gap in right field. First base hit of the game. We got the lead runner on second with nobody out. Here comes Charlie. Charlie is way overdue, folks. See if he can get a hit here. Drive in John from second. That ball is going to be hit to right field. Is it deep enough to get John over to third? Yes, it is. John tags up. He'll truck on down the third. So we got runner on third with 1 out for Lou. Can Lou help his own cause here? Lou's a good hitting pitcher. He's hitting 111 on the year with a home run and 2 RBIs. And he strikes Lou out. All important second out here. Leaves it up to Roy. to drive in Dirtman from third with a 2-out hit. And that's not going to happen as he hits that ball down the short. And he fires over to first for the final out, and the Braves strand one at third. We're still knotted up. Nobody scored yet, folks. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. You got the heart of the lineup due up for the Reds. You got Robinson, Coleman, and Freeze. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that is going to be a pop up to third. Matthews calls everybody off. Camp's under it. One down. Here comes Coleman. What can Gordy do? And he's going to foul out Charlie behind the plate. Quick 2 outs here in the fifth. Leaves it up to Freeze to keep the inning going. And that's what he does. He singles in the left for the first base hit for the Reds. So we got 1 out, 2 out rather, runner on first for the Reds. Here comes Eddie Casco up. Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that ball is hit in the center field. Aaron moves over to his left a little bit and makes the play. And that'll be the 3rd out. Reds get their first base hit, but Levy Merritt first. And it's still knotted up with the goose eggs up there. So we go to the top of the 6th. We got Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron due up. Here's the pitch to Frank. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped up in foul territory, but he squares this one up. And Frank got a hold of that one. That ball is deep. That ball is far. That ball is high. That ball is over the right field fence. Home run, Frank Bolin. And he just gave the Braves the lead. 1-0 here, folks. And now Eddie Matthews is up. There's nobody out here for Eddie. And he hits that ball down the Freeze. He fires over to Coleman. And that's the first out of the inning. Here comes Hank Aaron, Henry. And Henry is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he hits that ball to deep right field. Gus is going back. That ball is hit deep, but not deep enough. Gus has room at the track. He catches it for the 2nd out of the inning. Here comes Frank Thomas. And he hits that ball down the 2nd. And blasting game range is over. Fields it, fires it over to Coleman. 3 down now. But the Braves get on the board with a Frank Bolin home run. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's 1-0 Braves. You got Smith, O'Toole, and Blasingame due up. Here's the pitch to Smith. And he gets a single in the left field. Lead runner on. O'Toole coming up. We're not taking him out of the game the way he's pitching. 2 hits and just 1 run on that home run, but he will try to sacrifice Smith down the 2nd. And that is a foul ball, strike 1. And that's a sacrifice. Tool hits it back to Burdette. He tags him out. Smith makes his way down the 2nd with 1 out. And that brings the top of the order up. Here comes Blasingame up now. It's a runner in scoring position. And that ball is... That ball is hit down the 1st. Adcock comes up with it. His only play is to flip it to Lou covering at first. And Smith will find his way down the 3rd. Now it's 2 outs and a runner on third for Penson. Here's the pinch to Vada. And that is a single to left. This game is tied up, folks. As Vada comes through for the Reds, it's 1-1. Runner on first now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Gus. And that ball is hit back to Lou. Lou fields it. Underhand toss to first. And that'll end the inning. But the Reds get on the board and tie this game up here in the 6th. As we go to the top of the 7th, you got Adcock, Dartmouth, and Lowe up for the Braves. Here we go with Joe. And that ball is popped up foul territory. And Smith makes the play, 1 down. Here comes John Dartmouth. And that ball is hit down the third. Frees up with it, fires across the diamond to Coleman, 2 down. Here's Charlie. And they strike Charlie out for the 3rd out here in the 7th. We make it to the 7th inning stretch, folks. And we got Frank Robinson, Coleman, and Freeze due up the heart of the lineup against Lou. With it all square, 1 apiece. That ball's hit down to Frank Bolin at second. He fires over to Joe Adcox at first, 1 down. Here's Gordon Coleman up. And that ball is laced in the left field for a base hit. Lead runs on at first for Freeze. Here's the pitch to Eugene. And that ball is hit down the second. He flips over to Roy at short, but he holds on to the ball at too slow of a hit to double off Freeze at first. So Freeze is at first, 2 outs now for Eddie Casco. And that ball is hit down the third. Matthews will fire across the diamond and Adcock, and that'll end the inning. Reds leave 1 on as we go to the top of the 8th. We got Burdette do McMillan and Bolin. And Lou's pitching a hell of a game, folks. And he ain't a bad hitting pitcher. We're going to let him hit. We are going to let him hit and stay in this game. And he lines that ball right up the middle. O'Toole puts the glove up and catches it. That's 1 down. Lou hit it hard, but right out of O'Toole. Here comes Mac. Roy McMillan. And that ball is hit in the center field. Penson's got that all day and all night. 2 outs. Here comes Frank Bolin. He's got a home run in this game. See if Frank can do something again here. And he sure does. He singles in the center. Nice piece of hitting for Frank. He's having a darn good game. That brings up Matthews now with 2 outs. Frank on at first. Can Eddie do something here in the top of the 8th? That ball is hit down the second. And Blasingame lets it go through his wickets for an error. Everybody's safe. And that brings up Hank Aaron now at first and second, a runner in scoring position. Can Hank make them pay for the extra out here? Here's Henry. And he walks Henry to field the bases up. Brings up Frank Thomas. Go out and talk to O'Toole. He's due up second. They like to get him through this inning, folks. Bases loaded now for Frank Thomas. Here's the pitch to Frank. Can he be the hero here? And that ball is strike 3. He strikes Frank out. To end the inning, the Braves lead the bases loaded in the top of the 8th. Sure. Give O'Toole credit. He pitched out of that mess. Here comes Joe Adcock. No, here comes Smith up, bottom of the 8th. We got Smith, probably a pitch hitter for O'Toole, and Blasingame due up for the Reds. And that is a pop up to third. And Eddie's got that one down here in the 8th. And like I say, that'll be it for O'Toole. He's pitching a hell of a game, but they're going to try for some offense here against Lou. See who they got on the bench to bring in. They're going to bring in Anderson to pitch hit. Okay, where's Mr. Anderson? Mr. Anderson. There's Harry. All righty. 1 out, nobody on for Anderson. Here's the pitch to him. And he laces that ball in the left field for a pitch hit single. And the go-ahead runs on first base, folks, for the top of the order, and Blasingame's up. And he's 0 for 3. He's popped up, flown out, and grounded out. And here's the pitch to Don. And he's going to keep this inning going. All of a sudden, Lou's having some trouble here with 2 outs. He hits that ball in the center. Anderson will stop at second. We got first and second, 2 out. Braves go out and talk to Lou. He says he's fine. He can get out of this. So here comes Penson. Penson's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And make that. He's going to be 2 for 4. He got a hold of this one off of Lou. And that ball is driven in the left center. And both runners are going to score. And all of a sudden now it's a 3-1 ball game. Just like that. Now Bell's up with a runner on second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bell. And he strikes Bell out. That's 1 batter too late as the Reds score 2 and take a 3-1 lead as we make our way to the top of the 9th. That was only 1 out, 2 outs. I thought that was 2 outs, 3 outs rather. Here's Frank Robinson up now. And Frank flies out to right field. Now that makes the end of the inning. We go to the top of the 9th now. We got Adcock, Dirtman, and Lowe due up for the Braves. And the Reds are going to bring Henry in to try to save this game here in the 9th. See what Will can do here. Where's Henry at? There's a Bill. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Adcock. And that ball is hit down the short for the first out of the inning. 1 up, 1 down. Here comes Dirtman. And that ball's hit in the left field. Robinson's got that all day. 2 down here. Here comes Charlie. He's overdue. Let's see if Charlie can come through. And that ball is lined right back to Henry. And that's the final out, folks. A 3-1 ball game. The Reds win. Nice pitching duel here today in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's take a look at the box score here. Braves fall at 1 game under 500 now. The line score 1 run, 3 hits and an error. The Reds 3 runs, 7 hits and 1 error. Bolin with 2 for 4 was the only offense the Braves had, folks. Sure. The only other hit was Dirtman. Like I say, Frank tried to keep him in the game single-handedly. And old Penson, 2 for 4. He was all the offense the Reds. It was like a one-man gang for both teams. Vada just had a better game. Drove in 3. Poor Lou goes 8 innings, gave up 7 hits and 3 runs on 2 strikeouts. O'Toole won 8 innings, gave up 3 hits on 1 run. He walked 4, struck out 5. Henry came in the 9th to close it out. Didn't give up a thing. Let's play some fast play here. Finish up this day. We'll go to the Chicago, the Wrigley Field, and watch the Cardinals take on their arch enemy, the Cubbies. And the Cardinals win. They score 8 runs on 14 hits and no errors. The Cubs 6 runs on 9 hits and an error. Let's go over to Philadelphia IA and watch the Pirates take on the Phillies in the Battle of Pennsylvania. And those Pirates come out the winners here in PA. They score 5 runs on 12 hits and an error. And the Phillies 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. And we got the Battle of the Californians. We got the Dodgers traveling down up to San Francisco to take on the Giants. Great pitching matchup. Drysdale against Marichal. And the Giants win. Dodgers score 3 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Giants 4 runs on 13 hits and 3 errors. McCovey went 3 for 4 with an home run and an RBI. And they must have scored those runs late because Miller got the win. Let's look at the box score here, folks. They sure did. They won that game in the bottom of the 9th. Let's look at the pitching matchup here. Drysdale won 8 innings, scattered 12 hits, only gave up 3 runs on those 12 hits. Walked 1, struck out 7, gave up 2 home runs. And Perinoski came in the 9th and gave up a hit, and that was a home run. Marichal pitched 8 innings, scattered 10 hits, gave up 3 runs, struck out 8, didn't walk a soul, and gave up a home run. Let's look at the scorecard here. Who hit the home run for the Mays? Game-winning home run in the ninth. McCovey. When did McCovey hit his home run? He hit his in the fifth. Lou hit a home run. 3 home runs in the game for the Giants. All 3 runs there scored on home runs. The only run that wasn't scored on a home run was in the 7th. Had a double, a single, and then an RBI single. And that's it. Let's take a look at the standings here, folks, after May 19th in the National League. We got the Cubs on top now. The Reds on top of the Cubs by 2 games. Cardinals are 3.5 games back. The Giants are 4 games. The Braves fall under 500, and they're 5.5 games back. Dodgers are 7 games back, along with the Pirates. And holding up the league is the Philadelphia Phillies. They're 11 games back, folks. I want to thank you all for watching here this evening. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of the stadium, hit that like button and leave some comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this series, this game, replay in this game. Till next time, y'all take care.